Before we actually get into using WordPress, I want to talk a little bit about the importance of getting organized and scheduling your time. I'm not going to lie, blogging for business is a lot of work. And there's more to it than just writing. Writing, in fact, is only one small piece of it. If you only want to write and don't want to do any of the other tasks, you may want to consider freelance writing instead of blogging. It's a great way to earn money and usually only requires you to write. If, however, you're committed to blogging, you're not only going to be writing content, but you'll be including images and maybe even video. You'll need to share your posts on social media and Pinterest. You'll want to optimize for search engine optimization and perhaps even guest post on other blogs. That's just for starters. Now you can plan your time using good old-fashioned pen and paper or an automated tool that I'll share with you. Just below this video was a link to a download where you could see a content calendar. This is it. I created it for another business I'm involved in, Blogging Camp. The first page here are the tips for using the content calendar, and it gives you all of the important tasks when you first have to decide how often you want to publish your blog posts. It has to be a schedule you can stick to regularly. Then you'll brainstorm your blog post topics. When you decide the order that you want to publish them in, you'll put them on a calendar. You're also going to consider other actions that will be required, like a draft, uploading photos, creating graphics, and put these items on your calendar. You'll need to consider social media, and then you'll also want to make sure that you're considering older blog post social media as well to revive them. Finally, you'll add Pinterest tasks to your calendar as well, and plan your newsletter. The second page is an actual content calendar that you can print out and fill out each week. For an automated option, we're going to look at a tool called Asana. You can get it at asana.com, and they also have an app that you can use on your smartphone. Now they do offer a premium version, but I use the free one, so let's take a look. You can actually have more than one team. This is my team for Chicory's Travels, and the members are myself and my husband. I also have other projects that I'm involved in. You can see down here where I have a team of 4 other people. So for purposes of a blog, we're going to look at my blog calendar here for Chicory's Travels. And we're going to specifically look at the content calendar. This is called the list view. This is the one that I prefer. You can also have all of these same things in what's called a board view. So it's just a little bit different way to look at the tasks. Going back to the list view, which is my preference, under blog posts, I just write out my next several blog posts. Now you can put as many tasks as you want. If you want to do blog posts for the entire year, you can. And then the great thing is you give them a due date. You also have room for a description here. So if you wanted to actually do a draft of your post, you could do it right here. Like I could actually pencil in what the 5 lessons are that I want to do for my blog post. Then you can add subtasks. So up here, subtasks, when you click it, they come down here. And you can assign due dates for all of the subtasks. So mine are showing as overdue now because I didn't want to mark them as complete so I could show you. But when I have a blog post that is due, a week before that due date, I put the draft. So I like to do all my writing on Monday, so I put the draft for the Monday before it's due. Then the images I do on Tuesday. Now I'm going to show you a little later in this program how to use a website called Canva to do your images and your pins. So I do both of those on the same day. That's why they're the same due date. And then the day before the blog post is due is when I do a final review. You can also add things like your Pinterest. So doing my Tailwind, I do it once a week and then I just change the due date every week. That's on Wednesday. On Thursday is social media scheduling. And then I also include in my content calendar here freelance writing that I do for Good Sam and Camping World. And again, I just use this same placeholder and then change this as we go. So these are the next 3 blog posts that I'm writing, but I have 4 subtasks for each one. And that's the draft a week in advance, the images every Tuesday, like I said, the final post, and then submitting that post. And that's it. This is another option to do your editorial or content calendar. So now let's move on to the next module where we can dive into the technology and actually get your blog up and running.